Hello! In this clip from our Justia webinar, Elevating as a Leader, Making a Triumphant Transition at Your Law Firm, Scott Mason gives an overview of leadership and its importance in achieving a career transition. Remember, if you'd like to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
Today, we're going to be talking about how you can move from being a sole contributor at your law firm or in your organization into a leader and have that transition be one that is triumphant. You know, for a lot of us, the big leap into the unknown from being that lawyer who's reviewing documents in an office or trying a case all by yourself or maybe with the assistance of a paralegal or some small group, and then going into a real leadership role, whether you're leading your own company, or starting your own firm, or being an executive in a larger organization, is a massive jump into the unknown. We want today to make sure that you end up having that jump be a smashing success, not a face plant. And that, at the end of the day, is why this course matters. But let's talk a little bit more about why it matters so that you can concretize that a little bit and think about it in terms of ways that are really meaningful for you and address specific problem areas. Success as an individual contributing lawyer in an organization or a firm, specifically in the field of law, requires a very specific set of skills and talents. And those I've enumerated to some extent here. Raw intellect. We have to be smarter. We can't finish law school, let alone even get in law school and pass the bar. The ability to spot issues. The capacity to discern and differentiate between subtly different factual scenarios. In other words, the understanding of nuance, in fact, and how nuance in case holdings or in statutes themselves, or the blank spaces in statutes or case law can lead to different outcomes. Attention to detail. Anyone who's done document review can attest to that. And then mastery of legal writing and argumentation skills. These skills, as rare and important as they are not the same ones that any of us will need if we move into real leadership positions. And that includes whether it is within a larger organization, such as a firm, or, like I said, a company you may be working for, or in the case of legal entrepreneurship. Too often, lawyers or the firms that employ them assume that, well, this lawyer was smart, they're a good lawyer, their legal writing is excellent, their analytical skills are great, they've won a bunch of cases, that automatically means they can lead a team. Unfortunately, that thinking has led to a lot of organization and professional toil and trouble. Lawyer leadership may seem like a more professionally satisfying and prestigious track than remaining a lawyer's lawyer. And it actually can be that way too. But if the skills that you're applying day to day are stuck in that lawyer's lawyer role and not in the role of an organizational manager or leader, then career derailment, reputational damage, staff defections, even negative hits on your or your company's bottom line can occur. And that is why, more than anything else, making sure that your transition to leadership succeeds is the core and the heart of why this course is here. Who is this course for? First of all, as may be obvious, it is here for any attorney that is seeking to transition into a law firm leadership role, such as a practice group leader or leading a firm committee or an administrative position, something like that. It's also for in-house counsel who may have been spending a lot of time dealing with a very narrow set of legal tasks, but are looking to move into, say, a deputy general counsel or a general counsel role even, or maybe move into a programmatic or sales or operational or other sort of role within the company that employs them. And then lawyers seeking to build their own business, particularly if you want that business to move beyond you and maybe one executive assistant. If you want to build a legal business that scales, You're going to have to take in everything I say to you today, and it will really have a transformative, positive impact on where your company goes. Who am I? Well, you can look at my bio to find out more, but suffice it to say, my mission in life is to help attorneys who need the mindset, the vision, and the powerhouse personal voice, in other words, the charisma, to magnetize and monetize professional leadership, or professional freedom as leaders or as owners of their own businesses, be able to find their way there, and specifically to become leaders worthy of Mount Olympus. And that's exciting stuff for me. Just to briefly go over what we're going to talk about today, we're going to differentiate between executive skills and legal skills. I mentioned earlier that they're not exactly the same. We're going to really do a deep dive into that. We're going to discuss a particular challenge that lawyers stepping into executive leadership roles or entrepreneurial roles often face, which is the relationship that we as professionals who deal in risk every day have. It can be very fraught. How is the relationship that we have to risk as sole contributing lawyers the same as what an executive or an entrepreneurial leader might be facing? And how do we manage risk if to the extent that the approach to risk differs? Then we're going to really put together a process step for making the mindset and skill development steps necessary to successfully transition into leadership. We're going to briefly discuss personal myths and professional outcomes. We're going to discuss 5 toxic myths that can keep you from moving into the successful mindset of a leader. We're going to also talk about how to obliterate those toxic myths. We're going to discuss what needs to be in an action plan to be able to build lawyer leadership strength, and we're going to talk about the role of accountability and the role of blame. Of course, because ethics CLE's credits are part of this, we're going to be discussing ethical considerations, and then finally, we're going to be reviewing the takeaways so you can remember stuff.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos on law practice and legal marketing. See you in our next clip.